Hi, I'm Richard Deacon, Senior Marketo Strategist for R2I, and today's topic we're going to talk about reporting. Now, I know reporting generally isn't fun, and definitely not as fun as the shirt I'm wearing, but it's something that's super key and important that you need to understand. Now, with this topic, I'm not going to dive into individual Marketo reports like the lead performance report or link performance report or program reports or landing page reports. There's tons of them, and you'll definitely need them for your MCE, but that's not the point of this. The point of this is to discuss how I actually went through each of the webinars before this and use reporting to give me data and to also show you how you can use that information. There will be a link below, so you can check down below there, for those Marketo reports that you can dive in deeper. So let's start out actually in reverse order. And what I want to do is start out with working back to those videos and how I use reports. So the first one is actually data health. Now, data health is a huge item. Definitely, as I mentioned in that video, definitely important. You definitely want to dive in, but without knowing the data and how you're going to obtain that, you're not going to know where to start. Now that I didn't actually pull any kind of report, I did mention in the video, and there's a link in that video about how you can create a daily report. But the idea on that one was just to create smart lists and find out, how many people are actually active. If I have, 1 million marketable contacts, how many of those are actually active? Are they active in 3 months, 6 months, a year? And to do that, I simply just created smart lists. So a lot of times you're going to notice the reporting is done in smart lists, just to give you that basis information. The third video that I actually worked through was lead scoring. Now, lead scoring also used a lot of different reporting and data kind of analytics. Now, with that, it's not really how much you need to know before you start. It's really the after effect that the reporting comes into play. Once you set up the lead scoring, whether they're visiting a website or clicking a link or whatever activity you feel is vital for your business, you want to track that information. And that's where reports will come into play. It's not that you have to completely dig through every individual interaction, but you do want an overall sense of what's happening with those links and those leads and that information so that you can make sure your scoring is appropriate. And once again, as I mentioned in that video, that is business specific. So as you create these reports, remember, not one report fits all. You're definitely going to want to tailor to your business and make sure you're getting that data. But you want to make sure with that lead scoring, it's working. And if it's not working, as I mentioned in the video, you're going to want to go back, fix it, change it, modify it, and just adjust it so that you're getting the results for that lead scoring model. So the second video we talked about was email templates. Now, you might think, well, how are we using reporting on email templates? They're kind of just email templates. You're just having, basic content. But a lot of times what you can do with those in the reporting, and this is where it's not exactly a report, but it's A/B testing. So that's where you're going to get your data. You're going to see how the emails are performing and how different things you play with, maybe subject line or content, will affect those results. So that's all part of that reporting and lead data that you're going to want to get. You definitely want to know what's working and not working. So it may not be traditional in the sense of reporting, although you can check link performance and email performance. But I think what you're going to see is overall, when you work through the other models that we talked about with lead scoring, email templates, and that A/B testing is all going to pile into that. It's all going to compound. So that this way you'll know, I changed my content, I'm getting more activity, the lead scoring is going up, and I'm getting conversions. So it's all part of that. So just remember that even something as simple as maybe an email template, you definitely want to know what the data and the reporting is doing. The first video we talked about was Lifecycle journeys, and customers themselves are going to go through these journeys. Once again, they're independent to your business, and you'll find that out on the first video we talked about this, but you're definitely going to want to know through that lifecycle journey how they're proceeding. And a lot of that will be reporting or just basic data checks throughout. You may want to do different things through nurtures where you're moving people throughout the nurture and you're dumping them into different lists to see how they're progressing. And you'll go back and look at those counts. How many were successful? How many were not successful? How many people just didn't interact after a certain amount of time, which may be an unsuccessful value, but it may not be, depending on your business. So the idea is through those checkpoints of actively recruiting them to get them to convert, to adopting them onto your business, to retaining them, there's all those checkpoints along the way you're going to definitely want to key in different reports or different data. So it's important to know where you're looking for and how you're going to alter those nurtures as you go through. If you're not finding the adoption nurture is successful, you definitely might have changed gears. And as we talked about with email templates, you may want to do A/B testing to kind of sort that out and figure out what's going on. So as you can see through all the videos, even this one, reporting is key, or knowing your data is key for every single one. You're definitely going to want to go focus in on that and just go through and mull through. And it may not be something that's a simple one-time report. For a life cycle journey, and maybe over months, 6 months, and maybe over a year even, that you're going to look at this data and track it and see where they are. But you definitely want to do that to get your return of investment on all these different options, whether it's lead scoring or email templates or a life cycle journey. You want to know all that you can know, because data is king in marketing. So once again, this is Rich Deacon. I'm the Senior Marketo Strategist for R2I, and happy marketing automation.